frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Idaho.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
May I offer you one of our finest selections? Delicious, rich in protein, and locally produced right here in Idaho. Excellent choice, sir.
Satisfied viewing customer, I'll send.
Dad's home.
I'm home.
Did you get the good stuff?
He's bringing it up. He's going in. He scores!
Idaho's 529 can be used at any in-state or out-of-state 2- or 4-year college or university. Can be used at a trade school for an apprenticeship.
Whatever it is that your kid is interested in, that's available for them to use the fund.
I really like the flexibility. It gives Wild the opportunity to pursue a whole array of training.
So whatever your child's passion is, you can support that.
To learn more, go to idsaves.org.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
It's that time again. Time to get the health insurance you need for next year. Open enrollment is the time for you to enroll in, renew, or change your coverage. At Your Health Idaho, you can save money with a tax credit on the plan that's best for you and your family. Don't wait. Open enrollment ends December 15th. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. Enroll by December 15th.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Good evening and welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2025 Idaho High School Football Playoffs. This postseason broadcast is presented by Project Filter, your local Toyota dealer, Your Health Idaho, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Plan, the Idaho Bowl, Valleywide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. We welcome you into the broadcast booth. My name is Joel Richardson, and I'm joined by the boss. Not Bruce Springsteen. I thought it was going to be Bruce Springsteen, but lo and behold, it's Paul Kingsbury from the Treasure Valley. What's up, Paul?
Happy to be here. I'm happy to be doing a game with you finally. You and I never get to work together. Now we're in the semifinals. Winner goes on to a championship. There's no better atmosphere or anywhere else I'd want to be on a Thursday night than right here.
Likewise, Paul. We're in the ICCU Dome here on the campus of Idaho State University. The number 5 Aberdeen Tigers facing off against the number 1 Ririe Bulldogs. Aberdeen last week got a good win against Priest River. It was a long way to get up there from Aberdeen, But and Priest River was big up front, so getting that dub was special for Aberdeen. For Ririe on the other end, last week was a nail biter, Paul.
No, it really was. You know, you get into the semifinals, quarterfinals, you really want those games to be close. And you know, coming in, Ririe, New Plymouth, go Grims. May they rest in peace in this season. You know, really pushed Ririe for the first time this season. And so it either exposed things or maybe Ririe had a bad night. You're the East Idaho guy. You know better. But to see New Plymouth come in, go down by 2, I think the rest of the state went, hey, maybe there's some blood in the water here.
Yeah, no doubt. And it really came down to a few 2-point conversions, but really 3 pass plays that New Plymouth wanted back so bad away from losing. So congrats to Ririe for defeating New Plymouth, the Grims. And this year, Ririe district champs for the first time since 1947. It's been 78 years since the Ririe Bulldogs were district champs. They do have a couple championships under the belt. 1 district championship, or excuse me, 3 6-man district championship titles.
Oh, those coveted.
6-man, dude.
Coveted 6-man. Coveted, yes.
Meanwhile,
Idaho,
go ahead, Paul.
Idaho actually dipped their toes in 6-man because Montana does it. And so they tried combining. I think there was jackpot involved. I think there was a Montana school over here. It lasted, I think, a season, and they went, yeah, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, and we mentioned Aberdeen, defeating Priest River last week. Last year, Aberdeen was shut out in the semis by Westside, of course, the Westside Pirates. Aberdeen has no championships, but they've been in the championship game 3 times, 2 in the last 3 seasons, the semis 7 times. Aberdeen's been here before. So Ririe, though they're new, they keep winning. They keep doing what they need to, including that 2018 win last week. We hope this game is as close as the other ones have been for both teams. But, man, with the experience is on Aberdeen's side. But in terms of win-losses, experience goes to Ririe.
Oh, absolutely. And you get these people in eastern Idaho, there's the adage, they don't, they reload, right? They don't regroup, they reload. And there's so many schools around the state you can point to with things like that, the Careys of the world, the Rigby's of the world. And you look at the West Sides, the Aberdeens. And Aberdeen's had some down years, over the last few years. And so it's good to see them back. But, one thing that I did the Nampa Christian North Fremont game, and I think both coaches, I know at least the Nampa Christians, or North Fremont, he said, anytime you get into the state tournament, all roads go through West Side, no matter what.
Yep.
And guess what? It's right there. And I'll be on that game tomorrow against Nampa Christian. That should be a fun one. But tonight, we're the only show in town.
Yeah, dude, it's Thursday night lights and in the dome here at ICCU. We're going to recognize the national. We're going to do the national anthem, and I'm not sure if it's going to be recorded or it's going to be by one of the pep bands. Hopefully, it's by the Aberdeen pep band. They got a pretty good pep band over there. Of course, Westside historically has the best pep band in 3A, but not too bad over there. I think that's Aberdeen. Might be Ririe. Anyway, hopefully one of those pep bands will play the national anthem, and we'll get a good treat there. Hopefully, we'll let you catch the end of that. But as they're getting ready to do the national anthem, we'll take a quick break and pull you back in for the end of that. You're listening to the 2025 3A Idaho State Football Playoffs on IdahoSports.com.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Savvy, who says you can't have it all? You've got the tech, you've got the drive, and now you've got Toyota value. Toyota, let's go places.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this.
Check out In-Demand Jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Welcome back to this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production. Got a frog in my throat there, Paul. That was a great national anthem. It got me choked up there. Great rendition by, I believe that, yeah, no, that was the Aberdeen Pep Band. It's so funny because the Aberdeen Pep Band always throws you off with their intro. They do this little, what would you call it, a kind of a jazzy a rhythm. To get started, the cheerleaders kind of march out to that rhythm, and then they stop, and then there's a little drum roll, and then the national anthem. And so you're prepared for this solemn moment, and all of a sudden you got this rock beat going.
You're dropping the beat out there.
Exactly. And having done a few Aberdeen games myself, it always throws me off. That and the two things throw me off in going to these home games in different places. One, the Raft River Cannon every time. I've been there handful of times, and that cannon still gets me. And the Aberdeen drum beat before the national anthem. Fantastic stuff. Great job there from the Aberdeen Pep Band. The captains are coming to midfield to meet tonight. Ririe wearing the all blues with the yellow numbers. Aberdeen white tops, orange bottoms, almost like a little Clemson versus University of Pittsburgh matchup. Let's go through some of the keys of the game, Paul. Let's start with Aberdeen first. What is Aberdeen looking to do throughout this game? Obviously, they run the ball extremely well. Yeah. You know it's coming, and one of the worst things is when you know it's coming, you can't stop it. But with that run game, what are they hoping to do throughout this one?
Well, like you said, if you're not going to change things up this late in the playoffs. You're going to bring what's brought you here and running the ball. You have to be efficient with it, though. You got to limit your turnovers. You have to get those positive yards. You have to rely on your blocking up front, but being efficient with the ball, finishing drives. Punting, turnover on downs. That's not going to get you a championship. You've got to finish. You've got to finish your drives with points, whether that's, in the end zone for 6, or if you've got a kicker, right? But you've got to finish with points. And then on the defensive side, you got to get stops. You got to get them into those third and longs and get them to turn the ball over, force turnovers, which is it's a big ask going against Ririe. But that's one thing. Your defense has to help your offense in a game like this.
And for Ririe, what are some of the keys to the game? Aberdeen will receive the ball. Ririe will receive the ball in the second half. What is Ririe looking to do? Obviously, Ririe also a run-heavy squad. It's fun. Aberdeen is a shotgun wing tee, and Ririe more a traditional wing tee under center.
They got to limit possessions. They need to keep the time of possession on their side throughout this game. Keep that Aberdeen offense off the field as much as they can. Stick to the first 5 plays they instilled in June. Right. These are what we do. 1 through 5, we can do 3, 2, 5, 1, 4. Doesn't matter, but we're going to stick to them. And of course, last but not least, the hardest, limit Driscoll. And I don't know how the heck you do that as a coach.
Yeah, 100%. Aberdeen averaging in this season 22 points a game, only giving up 14. As for Ririe, they average 38, almost 39 points a game, only giving up 11.
Crazy.
And that's in the Nuke Conference, that involves North Fremont, West J, Firth. 4 out of 5 teams in the Nuke went to the playoffs this year. Of course, Southeast Idaho Conference, as the ball is up, it's a pooch kick to 35-yard line. We'll get back to the Southeast Idaho Conference in a little bit. Just a few yards on their run, pushed back pretty easily by the Ririe special teams. And we are off. First play of the game is just a quick run
Eric Alvarez,
on special teams. Eric Alvarez. We'll be talking a lot about Eric Alvarez tonight. Southeast Idaho Conference, you got Westside, Declo. Declo joined the conference last season. It's been a great addition to the SCIC. And then, of course, Aberdeen, Malad, Soda. 4 out of 5 teams from the SCIC went to the playoffs this season. So starting on
tough conference.
Absolutely, Nuke Conference, SCIC. And this is why year in, year out, the 3A title goes through East Idaho, whether it's the SCIC or the Nuke Conference. Starting in this game is Lupe Ortiz. He's been banged up, but to the right goes, I believe, that was Eric Alvarez to the right side for a gain of about 3. Crosses the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line, so brings us up a 2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
Big guy on that tackle, Gabe Montero, number 52, came through, wrapped him up, and dropped him. I know.
So on the 41-yard line, Aberdeen, their first run is to Eric Alvarez as they're in the shotgun with power left. Another run this time by Jeremy Partita, and he goes nowhere. Paul, you said oof as he runs into a brick wall.
Well, a lot of times you get hit by that first guy, right? He got hit by 3 guys immediately up front. How you doing, Raj?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good. And then more Bulldogs came. It wasn't just the first 3. I mean, I think there were 5 out of the 11 in on that tackle. Roger Harrison just came up to say hi. Good dude.
Man, and yeah, I was down in the field getting pronunciations, talking to the coaches, and he says, "Do you guys need anything? Do you guys need programs, anything like that?" 3rd and 7 behind the sticks, and this is tough for an Aberdeen team that runs a lot, and they're going to take it themselves. And here's a nice run on 3rd and long. Does he get to the 6? No, he's going to be a yard short. And that was Max Clausen on the carry. Almost gets the first down, but in 3A football, just like an 8-man, Paul, we go for it.
Absolutely. One important thing to note, 3 plays, 3 different ball carriers for Aberdeen, which is really hard to game plan around when you have so many weapons, so many arrows in the quiver, so to speak. You can, especially if they're out all on the field, the defense has to guess who's going to be running that football. What a luxury.
4th and 1 for the Tigers as they cross the 45 up to the 47, 48-yard line, we'll call it. Just shy. Excuse me, they're on the 47-yard line. Line to gain is on their own 48. Lupe Ortiz, again, he's been banged up since the Melba game. Didn't play in the second half of that one. He is in the shotgun. Running back to his left hip. Puts him running back in motion to his right side. He takes it himself, and Lupe Ortiz will get the first down. 1 yard, that's all they needed. And that's an Aberdeen first down of the game for the Tigers.
He followed Valdez, his blocker, through there. And that's interesting. You need a yard, and they start in the shotgun. And, that's a dangerous proposition going against a defense like this, right? If a linebacker breaks through, if somebody misses a blocking assignment, you are toast. And so what that is, that's faith and trust in your entire team from the line all the way back to the quarterback and the man in the backfield, too. Everyone trusting that everyone's going to do their job.
And they had a couple scat backs back there. I mentioned a couple to his left hip, and then, power left. And, head coach Jolly loves his scat backs. They block a ton and deserve a lot of credit. They'll be using them quite a lot tonight. Lupe Ortiz on the shotgun with a fresh set of downs. He hands it off to Trayton Jenkins. And Jenkins gets a good push for 3 yards. He got stopped really maybe with a 1-yard gain, but they would continue to push those scat backs that line, push Jenkins for 2 more.
Ian Johnson, first man in on the tackle, senior. Neither one of these teams have height or weight on their programs. Makes it rough. We just make it up. He is 5'2". It is amazing.
5'2" and 90 pounds. That dude is playing massive for his size.
The best center I've seen at that size.
That's right. We got a 7-foot QB down there. Ortiz once again in the shotgun. They're going to be in the shotgun most of the night with power left. They hand up. He's tackled in the backfield, but he's able to get a yard. Amazing as he was hit in the backfield. Eric Alvarez gets 1 yard on the carry. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Ian Johnson, the man there, and he wrapped him up. And as he was falling, he actually lost his grip, which allowed him to get that 1 extra yard. Just he wrapped him up, lost balance, but gets another yard. And if you're getting positive yards on every play like that, doesn't matter if it's short, long. Like we mentioned, they wanted to make, one of the keys to the game is time of possession, plays. Well, we're at 7.5 here in the first, and they've moved 25 yards. But it's positive. It's positive yards.
Last week, speaking of positive yards, Eric Alvarez had 72 rushing yards and a touchdown for the Tigers. 3rd and 6, 7:19 and counting to play in the first quarter. Lupe Ortiz will take it himself to the left side. Makes the man miss, breaks a tackle. Gets a couple yards on that 3rd and 6. That should bring up a 4th and 4, I believe. Yeah, 4th and 4 for Ortiz and the Tigers. What do you call here, Paul?
If I'm a coach, my team doesn't even have a kicker. Doesn't exist. So you're always going for it. You're on the left hash, on their opposite 45. You have some room to the right. You've got a whole host of backs. Go for it, and your quarterback can run. So. They haven't really shown pass. This is a good time to maybe bring out kind of a quick slant across the middle. Let's see what they do.
As Paul said, they're on that left hash. They've crossed the 50-yard line. They're on Ririe's 45, just beyond the 45-yard line. 4th and 4. And we got a flag down or their timeout called. We'll see what the call is here.
Flag back at the 25.
Okay, so that's a false start against Aberdeen. So with a 4th and 4 becomes a 4th and 9 for Aberdeen, and they're bringing out a host of different players, and that changes things substantially.
Changes the game plan just a little bit. Now you go into a fake punt situation. Or not. Big
Looks
guy
like
back there punting.
Yeah, they're going to punt this one away. Trying to grab that number for you. And it's an end-over-end punt. Decent punt, but it takes a Ririe bounce, and Aberdeen rushes to it quickly, just on the right side of that 30-yard line.
I think that's 24 for Aberdeen. Levi Wing. 74.
Yeah, 74. So that's Luis Tapia for, if I got that right, yeah, Luis Tapia for Ririe. Not a bad punt for someone who probably doesn't punt very much on this Aberdeen squad. So Aberdeen's first drive is a 1 first down and a punt. Ririe takes over on the 28-yard line.
The only positive for Aberdeen is they chewed up a lot of time on the clock. It's 5:50 to go in the
half the first quarter.
Right. Now Ririe's coming up at the 29-yard line, 28-yard line. Everybody bunched up in the middle, handoff, goes nowhere. Might have gotten a yard on that one before he's pushed back. Looks like he did. They're going to give him a yard and a half, 2 yards.
Yeah, they're going to give him basically 2 yards, a yard and a half. So a 2nd and long 8 for Ririe on their first carry. I didn't catch who carried that ball, Paul. But it was
Alvarez?
a yard and a half.
Nope, other side.
For Ririe.
I'll tell you in just a second.
Yeah, no problem. Under center is Moon. He hands it off. They try to go up the middle. Aberdeen's immediately there to tackle. That's Van Noy on the carry. If I got that right.
It was Coulter Lewis.
Coulter Lewis, excuse me. Coulter Lewis wearing number 5. Van Noy is number 4. Was the first carrier number 4?
Okay, it's audio only. Whatever we say goes.
That's right. Third and 6.
Prove us wrong.
Ball on the 32-yard line. Under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. 0-0. That screen. The score on your screen is accurate. So 2 carries, 1 by Van Noy, 1 for Lewis. 2 yards apiece to start our first offensive drive. Some misdirection. They decide to go B gap. And Aberdeen is, again, there to meet Garrett Van Noy, who basically maybe gets a yard, but really gets back to the line of scrimmage. 4th and 4 for Ririe.
Kind of a little trick play. They faked the pitch and then turned around to Van Noy coming through. And nobody bought the fake. Everyone on that Aberdeen defensive line was there waiting, saying, hello, Mr. Van Noy. Thanks for showing up. Let's punt.
And Ririe is going to punt this one away. That's a much better punt for Ririe than Aberdeen had for them. And that's going to take a great Ririe bounce all the way past the 20. Almost gets the 15-yard line to the 16-yard line, Aberdeen's own 16-yard line. So with 3:46 to play, the first 2 drives end in punts. Paul, what you got?
Well, if you're having trouble with your propane fireplace or freestanding stove, Fall River Propane can help. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves. Call or visit fallriverpropane.com for the hottest burning, low-cost propane for residential or commercial delivery. That's Fall River Propane.
Tomorrow night, we got Westside Nampa Christian here at the ICCU Dome. Paul, you'll be on the call for that one.
I will.
With Mr. Swanson, right?
Big Doug. Swanee's going to be here. That's going to be a lot of fun.
That game starts at 8:15 p.m. tomorrow night.
It never starts at 8:15.
That's true. We got at least 1, if not 2 more games here at the Dome before that one.
Just 1. Sugar Salem Homedale.
There we go. Ortiz, again, in the game. He was injured at Melba, didn't play against Priest River. Isaac Driscoll did a good job substituting for him. And Lupe takes the ball to the right side for a gain of 4 on the carry. So that's almost the longest gain of the game so far.
Camden Stosic there on the tackle. Well, one of the guys in on the tackle, main tackler. But yeah, again, gained up.
And when I said 4, I meant 6-yard gain, excuse me.
Did he get 6? That doesn't look like 6.
They said 6 on the, I thought it was only 4, but I think the far judge, he gave him 4. The near judge gave him 6. I don't know how that worked.
The down marker is at 5. So Matt Harris, not that I like to disagree with Matt
6,
Harris.
7, I'm not sure what's going on here.
I quit.
There's so many numbers. And we got a false start against Aberdeen. Their second penalty of the game. And when you're set up in a 2nd and 4, that's exactly where Aberdeen loves to be, those 2nd and manageable. And that's twice now where they've had a 4th and manageable, a 2nd and manageable, and 4th, and they false started.
Yeah, and they're really free yards for Ririe, but they're negative yards for you, and those add up, especially here in the first quarter, just under 3 to play. That's 10 yards already. And when you're in the semis, those are little things that drive coaches absolutely crap crazy. You're like, guys, this is August, early September stuff.
Right. And you're going to have you're going to have those mid-game, mid-play penalties, right?
Yes.
A hold, a pass interference. But pre and post-snap penalties are terrible, right?
Absolutely.
Like you said, it's lack of discipline, or it's lack of control of the nerves. And it's like first game stuff. So yeah, when you're the semis, when you're Aberdeen, those are uncharacteristic false starts.
And on the offensive side, I like to see coaches take advantage of that because they know the defense, they want to get across. They want to time that just right. Take advantage of it. Do those hard snap counts.
3rd and 9, ball now on the 17-yard line. Aberdeen's on the 17-yard line, going left to right as we see it, and you hear it. Handoff to, I think that was Eric Alvarez to the left side. Really goes nowhere, maybe a yard. And when I say Eric Alvarez, I really mean Jeremy Partita. Had a great conversation with head coach, and he said it's so hard to tell those two apart. Sometimes he doesn't know. He's calling the offense, but a lot of times he can't tell when someone takes off. Wait, Jeremy was supposed to get the ball. Why does Eric have? Oh, it is Jeremy. So you'll excuse me, but even head coach gets them mixed up sometimes.
Right. If the head coach gets them mixed up, you have to excuse us.
Exactly. So I misspoke. It's actually 3rd and 9 now. Said it was 3rd and 9 last time, but that was 2nd and 9. So they barely, maybe give him a half yard, but it's still the same. 3rd and 9. Handoff right side, near side. And again, goes nowhere. And there's Eric Alvarez on the carry. And I can't tell if they actually gave him 3 yards actually on that. Eric Alvarez, hard fought yards, but that brings up a 4th and 6. And Aberdeen will punt once again.
Wow. 2 punts, their first 2 drives. And this is going to give Ririe pretty good field position as he's punting from his own 11 is where he kicked it from. That's taken at the 47.
Here they come. Like you said, it was a short, low punt taken at the 47. And it was taken by Garrett Van Noy. He took it. He didn't let that thing bounce. He caught it immediately, even though it was low.
Yeah.
And took it for about 10, 12 yards.
He was tripped up by Alvarez. So he goes offense to special teams really quick.
Ryrie will now start on Aberdeen's 40-yard line. So this is the best field position of the day for either team. Starting field position. So that's 3 punts so far to start this 3A semifinal matchup.
Boy, everything's really been played between the 20s and not much on this right side of the field at all.
Moon under center. Split backs in that famous wing tee. Nice spin move. Finally tackled. Good gain from Garrett Van Noy.
Yeah, Van Noy was set to pick up a couple, and then he did that spin move, the patented spin move.
Yes.
Got around the defense, picked up about another 3. Clock continues to run as we're about 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. And it's kind of been what we expected, right?
Paul, I was looking forward to broadcasting this game, but this game might be over before we really get comfortable.
That's why I was driving so fast. I wanted to make sure I made it.
2nd and 4, good field position and good second down yards. See if they can get some more. Nice run to the right side. Making guys miss, crosses the 20. Finally tackled about the 19-yard line. That's a solid carry from who else but Coulter Lewis.
Tackled there at the end by Eric Alvarez, and by tackled, he just hung onto that ankle for dear life, got dragged about a yard or 2, and finally brought him down. He was not going to let go. And that's going to set up a pretty good start to the second quarter.
So after 10 yards and after 12, Aberdeen in good field position, but a tie game with Ririe knocking on the door. Let's take a quick break. Paul, what do you got?
Wright's Auto Service and Repair is a full-service preventive maintenance and auto repair center, proudly working in the Aberdeen area since 1997. Their staff of nationally certified master technicians specializes in auto repair, engine repair, brake repair, transmission repair, and auto electrical services. Drop by the shop at 17 West Lincoln Avenue in Aberdeen and meet them anytime. Wright's Auto Service and Repair is proud to support Aberdeen football and wishes them good luck in tonight's game. Along with Titan Machinery, it's your source for new and used tractors, combines, balers, excavators, loaders, backhoes, and wheel loaders. Their 5 Idaho locations serve the agriculture, construction, and landscaping industries in eastern Idaho. Titan Machinery offers the most advanced new farm and construction equipment in the world, and they back their equipment with world-class service, parts, and financial solutions. Find out more online at titanmachinery.com. And the Bank of Commerce, proud supporter of all the area schools with 17 locations across Idaho and southwest Montana. For local decisions and exceptional service, make the Bank of Commerce your bank of a lifetime. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Appreciate all of our power boosters and companies who allowed us to broadcast this game here on IdahoSports.com. Now we're going left to right. Ririe is. They pitch it in the backfield, find us some space to the right side, and a good hole gets to the 10-yard line. A 9-yard carry for Coulter Lewis. And so Ryrie's starting to move this ball late in the first, early in the second quarter. Great to have you with us, Joel Richardson with Paul Kingsbury. We might get our first score as things have been going well so far for Ririe the last couple minutes.
Oh, they really have. There's, it's kind of a stagnated first quarter. And you can't even really say, yeah, they're getting used to each other because same style of football. I mean, they're looking in a mirror almost.
Yeah, one is under center, one is shotgun, but both wing T.
Yeah.
And some misdirection by both teams. Ririe likes to pitch this one in the backfield. It'll be a handoff to Van Noy. Cuts inside again. Runs into a couple of tacklers, crosses the 10-yard line. And that's enough for the first down. They will, the sticks will go away as we are now 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Van Noy was going to that left side, had a couple of tacklers he was following and decided to go rogue and cut back to the inside. Didn't work out too well. Got brought down inside the 10. Always follow your tacklers. Always follow your tacklers.
That's 4 carries for Van Noy, 3 for Lewis. Lewis leading all rushers on the night so far with 21 yards. Lewis, an over 1,000-yard rusher. Van Noy hoping to eclipse 1,000 yards tonight. Moon under center. The handoff to Lewis, breaking tackles, fighting for the extra yards, trying to find the end zone. He'll be short, though, short by about 3 yards, maybe 2 yards there. Another solid run from Coulter Lewis on the 3-yard line now.
He was being tackled, trying to make a spin move to the right, and big Ronnie Cernan, number 10 for Aberdeen, put a stop to it and stopped all that progress. Cernan doesn't hit him. He might have been in the end zone.
Oh, so they're going to mark him at the 2, actually. So 2-yard line, Ririe knocking on the door. It's a bit ajar. Can Aberdeen close it? A fake pitch. This is the quarterback, Moon. He's in for 6 from the 3-yard line. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be denied on that one from 3 yards out. Made a move to that right side. Blockers were all on the inside. He let all of his guys do all the work, and then he takes the glory at the end.
What a selfish quarterback.
That's a team player. So at 10:08 in the second, Bulldogs get on first, 6-0 from the 3-yard line.
Yeah, nice run from Moon. Just teasing Moon family. Those who didn't appreciate me, I was calling Moon selfish.
I kid because we care.
That's right. I formation from Moon. Pitch right up the middle. And they're in for 2 more. That's a solid power run from Coulter Lewis. He followed his blockers and then just dove forward the last 2 yards. And Lewis is in for 2 more. 8-0. Ririe leads with 10:08 to play in the half.
Well, S&K Landon has been locally owned and operated for over 25 years, servicing the entire eastern Idaho region. If you're looking to buy an ag truck or need to have one custom built, give owner Kevin Landon a call at 208-317-2384. They are also an authorized dealer for bomb and potato handling equipment. S&K Landon in Ririe is proud to support the local athletes and wants to wish the Bulldogs good luck tonight in this semifinal game. And Ririe Grain and Feed Cooperative, they've been a farmer-owned and operated cooperative serving the Ririe area since 1927. They are the place to go for all your grain marketing needs. They're located at 400 Market Street in Ririe, or you can call them at 208-538-6712. Ririe Grain and Feed is a longtime supporter of Ririe High School and all the student athletes. So that's Ririe Grain and Feed Cooperative.
Bulldogs leading 8-0 with 10:08 to play after a drive that started at the 40-yard line thanks to a number of rushes, big rushes especially by Lewis and Van Noy. 6, 9, 7 rushes apiece from Van Noy and Lewis, and Moon finishing it off. And here's a pooch kick easily recovered by Eric Alvarez at the 35-yard line. So Aberdeen starts with, 36-yard line. Aberdeen starts with some good field position to start this drive. We'll see if now that Aberdeen's kind of observed and analyzed Ririe's defense, we'll see if they can strike here on this drive. This will be Aberdeen's 3rd drive of the half.
And I've seen that play kind of replace the onside kick over the years. Instead of just doing the onside kick, getting it 10 yards, they kick it to about the 40, where it's kind of a no man's land.
Yes.
And I've actually seen more of those recovered than I ever saw the traditional onside kick.
Right. Well, just watch a Skyline game. You'll see a few of those traditional onside kicks. Power right. It's handed off to Eric Alvarez. And he's tackled, tripped up in the backfield, but he dives for a gain of 1. Ririe's doing a great job getting in the backfield, especially midway through the first and so far in this second quarter.
It's like they're reading the quarterback's mind on these. I mean, they just, there's a stay-home aspect of it, but they're even going to the right side. They're just following the play so well and not giving them any kind of lane to run. I think we've seen one big play from either team, and that was when Ririe cut to the outside and went up the sideline. Other than that, it's just been these short gains.
2nd and 9 on the 37-yard line, under 9:30 to play before half. Ririe leads 8-0. Ortiz in the shotgun. He'll hand it off, and really only 1 more yard. That's a Favorable spot. Ririe says they have the ball. This ball might have been on the ground. I think that was ground caused. I think it was already down. They're going to call him down.
I'm going to tell you from my binoculars, no, it was not caused by the ground. It came loose as he was falling backwards. But they have a much better vantage point than I do down on the field.
Under 9 minutes to play, Eric Alvarez, another 1 yard rush. That ball was stripped, but they called it on the ground. And with that, it's 3rd and 8. Once again, Aberdeen behind the sticks. Aberdeen huddles up, and they come out. Let's see what the coaching staff of Aberdeen behind second-year head coach Derek Jolly have in store on this one. Lupe Ortiz can throw, though his hand was injured against Melba. Runners to the left. He's going to take it himself. Follows his blockers, cuts inside, and he crosses the 45-yard line, but he's just short. That'll bring up, though, a 4th and 1. That's a great design play. It was just power run to the left. Lupe Ortiz has good vision, but on that one, he just followed his blockers, Paul, 4th and 1.
Here he did, and the guy that stopped him, one of the smallest guys out there, was Van Noy. He comes off the field now. He got rocked pretty hard. But, yeah, it brings it into a 4th and a very, very short one right at the 45-yard line.
There's Matt on the PA, been doing a great job here at the ICCU Dome, mentioning a car has its lights on, but I saw Matt kicking field goals during pregame.
Really?
Neither team was out either, and he was taking advantage, kicking some field goals. Shout out Matt Harris,
we got
Mr.
war
Field Goal
stories,
Kicker.
war stories of the broadcasters playing pickup ball at my house.
Oh, dude, let's
before
go.
State tournaments.
I'm ready. 4th and 1. Can they convert? Right side. Pushes a blocker across the 50-yard line. Solid run there by number 22 for the Tigers, Trayton Jenkins. Good vision there by Jenkins to hit that B, maybe even C gap, and got some space for a 1st down.
He loses his helmet in the process. Comes up pretty fired up, and that's a great morale booster for your team. You get that play, you get a lot of yards after. That gets everybody riled up. Sidelines, crowd, everybody.
They needed one. I think they got 5-6 yards from Jenkins. And again, you got Alvarez, Partida, Clausen, who he's had 1 carry for 6 yards. Jenkins, Ortiz, all these dudes run, and they get you positive yards almost every play. 1st and 10, they've crossed the 50-yard line. The ball is snapped high, recovered, but tackled in the backfield. Big sack, for the Ririe Bulldogs, pushes the Aberdeen Tigers all the way back. They're going to say at the 44-yard line. Wow.
Yeah, Cooper Brown.
Should have been a lot further.
Cooper Brown coming through there on that tackle. That's a long 2nd down. Clock running. It's nearing the 6-minute mark.
So they were on the 48-yard line, and they're all the way back to their own. They were on Ririe's 48-yard line, all the way back to their own 44. So 2nd and 18 with under 6 minutes to play before half. Can Tigers make up the yards? They hand it off to the right side to Max Clausen, and Clausen really goes nowhere. Gets to the 45-yard line, so a gain of 1 for Max Clausen, and Ririe's buttoning those ears back and not letting anything get behind them.
I swear someone lost their helmet. They were standing there without a helmet on. That might have been Clausen as he came out of the game. Lose a helmet, got to come off for a play. If you can't find it, you're off for longer than that.
So off a bad snap from Aberdeen center, Lupe recovers, but he falls back 8 yards as Ririe got to the backfield quickly. They gained 1 yard on the next play on the ensuing play. Now it's 3rd and 17 under 5 minutes to play before half. Ortiz takes the snap. It's going to be a throw play. Ortiz finds his man open to our near side, crosses the 45-yard line, dives forward. Oh, excuse me, that was Driscoll on the throw to Aiden Valdez. They make up a ton of yards, but they're still short 4.
Yeah, picked up about 13 yards on that play. the few and far between pass plays for Aberdeen.
So that was a 14-yard throw from Driscoll.
I guess 13, and I was one off.
To Aiden Valdez. That's pretty good, man. 4th and 4. Good throw from Driscoll to Valdez. Lupe Ortiz, Driscoll now in the game. And that is a duck, but it's completed. Duck or not, he crossed the 30-yard line for another big throw and a first down off the 4th and 4 throw.
Aiden Valdez, the receiver, moves to chains, picks up another first down, and Aberdeen looking to maybe tie this thing up. Both teams are hanging on to the football so long that points are going to be at a premium. You know,
that's exactly right.
You get inside this 30, you better walk away with points.
So Driscoll now in the ball game. He's throwing the last 2 balls, and we got a false start. And this was this is going to be called against number 54 of Aberdeen, Darcy Bryan. He was pounding the turf as he was the one who moved. He is your left tackle. So they'll march back 5 yards to 34-yard line, 1st and 15, 3:30 to play before half. And remember, Ririe gets the ball in the second half to start. And Aberdeen, not a team that traditionally does well when they're behind 2 scores. Right now, only behind 1 score. Here's a run up the middle, finds some space to the left side. And he's tackled at the 26-yard line. Good run by Trenton Jenkins.
Kind of gang tackled on the way down. I think it was number 8 on that, Stosic. He was dangerously close to a face mask. His hand was on top of the helmet, and as it came down, I saw him just pull that hand back. The official right there, probably ready to pull a flag, but good run, pickup of 4. Clock continues to run, though. They're about just under 3 to go in this first half to score.
So he makes up the yardage and then some. Brings up 2nd and 7. Good run by Trenton Jenkins. Found a nice hole on that left side. That was the same left side that had the false start. Here's a run this time through that B gap by Trenton Jenkins. Trying to go with the hot hand. But they're going to give him just a yard. They'll bring up 3rd. Oh, maybe they won't. Okay, they'll give him. They'll give him a couple of yards. So 3rd and 5 for Jenkins and the Tigers.
And Ian Johnson followed him up and just tried to. Just wouldn't let him go. I mean, it was just a great play on the inside, defensive line, offensive line. These guys are going to be dead tired after this. They are doing battle in those trenches.
Under 2 minutes, 3rd and 5. Driscoll still in the game. Ortiz in the sideline. Driscoll will take it himself. B gap. Carries tacklers, fights through some more tacklers, and he'll get the first down. Great run from Jenkins from the 24-yard line. Gets to the 16-yard line.
Another tackle by D.C. Turner. First touch by Barber. Able to slip by him and able to get those yards to get the first down. D.C. Turner he's had a few good tackles here in the first half.
So Driscoll, that's his first run of the game, an 8-yard carry for the first down. Ball on the 16-yard line. 1:15 to play before half. Left side run, cuts in. That's Max Clausen.
From Coulter Lewis. Coulter Lewis on that tackle. Looks like a timeout's going to be called with about 1:10 to go.
Yeah, that's a great call from head coach, and with 1:10, 2nd and 7, ball on the 13-yard line. What do you got, Paul?
Make sure to stop by and spend a day or two at Heisey Hot Springs in Ririe. Relax in their natural hot pool, splash around in their warm pool, play and jump off the diving board at their summer pool, or brave their 350-foot water slide. You'll quickly find that at Heisey, there's something for everyone. Find out more online at HeiseyHotSprings.net. That's HEISE hotsprings.net.
Did you have the pom-poms on that one? Where HEI?
That's really for us to know and the viewers to want, just to wonder about.
They'll never know the vision of Paul and pom-poms. Sorry, Paul, I interrupted you.
That's okay.
As one does.
As one does. Well, I want to say Franklin Building Supply, big supporters of Ririe Athletics and all the building professionals in Eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help make your project a success from start to finish. That's Franklin Building Supply in Pocatello and Idaho Falls. Definitely worth the trip.
2nd and 7 from the 13-yard line. Ririe up 8-0 on Aberdeen. Aberdeen trying to get one in before half as Ririe takes the ball in the second half. Run up the middle. Cuts inside, met by a bevy of blockers, but again gets inside the 5-yard line. They're trying to shove the pile across the goal line. They will not. They'll be short 2 yards of the goal line. That is a massive run from number 15, Max Clausen. An even better push from the offensive line.
He did. Max Clausen, he got that ball, ran through, and then his teammates came up behind and said, yeah, we're not done yet. We're not done. But there's some laundry on the field, right? Oh, no, never mind. Picked it up. But it looks like there's going to be another timeout called.
Aberdeen's second timeout called in the last, I'd say, 1 minute in this second half. They have one more timeout.
Can't take them with you.
Remaining, 100%.
Well, Idaho Ag Credit, your local ag lender, has financed agricultural needs in your community for multiple generations. Idaho Ag Credit, proud to support the webcast and all the student athletes playing in today's game. And the Bank of Commerce, again, proud supporters of all the area schools with 17 locations across Idaho and southwest Montana. For local decisions and exceptional service, make the Bank of Commerce your bank of a lifetime.
Did you say Montana?
Maybe. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And, of course, my favorite, Landon's Sweet Lovin' Corn, proud supporters of Ririe football. Folks wait all year to savor their locally grown corn, and you can enjoy some yourself next summer when you find them on the corner of 1st Street and Holmes in Idaho Falls. Follow Landon's Sweet Lovin' Corn on Facebook to know when it's available so you don't have to wait to pick some up. It really is the sweetest corn you'll ever eat. That's Landon's Sweet Lovin' Corn.
Aberdeen on the 1-yard line. Here goes Driscoll trying to carry it himself. He dives forward. Will they give it to him? No, he's short. He's short by about 2 inches, Paul.
Boy, and he did. He dove, stretched as far as he could. He just needs to be about 2.5 inches taller.
So that was 1st and goal. Now it's 2nd and goal on, they say, the 1-yard line, but that's really like the 3-inch yard line.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Aberdeen's got to punch this one in to stay in it. This is Lupe Ortiz now in the game, in the shotgun. He'll hand it off.
Wow.
And he's stuffed. I don't think he got in. That was a carry from number 22, Trayton Jenkins, and he is stopped.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, somebody grabbed his shoulder pads, and I want to say it was 52 Montero, or it was Barber. All I saw was hands go in and just grab the shoulder pads and push him back, way back.
Trayton Jenkins cannot get past that pile. I mean, he hit his own pile, but like you said, he just got pulled immediately as he hit that pile by the Ririe line linebackers and kept him from getting in. Great defensive stand from Ririe. 20 seconds to play. Final timeout called by Aberdeen of the half.
Well, family owned and operated since 1985, Mountain River Ranch is your go-to destination for great fun and hospitality in Ririe. From November 28th through December 31st, enjoy the holiday season with a drive-through Christmas light show, a horse-drawn wagon ride, music featuring rawhide and rosin, and roast beef or chicken for dinner. Variety of drinks available. Visit mountainrivershows.com to learn more. I've been there. It's awesome. A lot of fun. All right, let's see what they can do.
Can Ririe get the stop here going into halftime? It would be a massive momentum builder as they have it right now, but Aberdeen is trying to take that back. Ortiz in the shotgun. And they are stuffed. Ortiz hands it off, a delayed handoff. And they're not able to convert. 10 seconds, the clock is ticking. They got to set up quickly. Ortiz takes the snap. This is the last chance. Ortiz pushes forward. Is he stopped? He is stopped on the 1-yard line. He is short, half-inch line, and Ririe gets the stand before half. What a massive defensive effort from the Bulldogs. 8-0 at halftime, going into halftime.
And there's a lot of frustrated Tigers on that line right there. They had them, and you would think that since it's a rushed snap, they were out of timeouts, that they'd be able to maybe get that defense sleeping a little bit, maybe back on their heels, not in the right spot, but no. That Ririe defense absolutely held strong, and they go into the locker room leading 8-0. Wow.
The last two runs, one by Jenkins, one by Ortiz, go nowhere. Neither player really go backwards. Jenkins went back 1, maybe 2 yards. We'll call it a loss of 2, and Ortiz makes up those yards, but can't get across the line. 8-0 is your halftime score. We'll take a quick break and be right back for some
We're going to keep it
ads.
here first.
We're going to keep it here for the ads. Hit it, Paul.
Ririe is so popular. They have so many great supporters. We need to. So when your business or farm depends on reliable power, trust the experts at S&S Electric. From commercial wiring and lighting to agricultural systems for irrigation, they keep your operation running strong. Quality work, fast service, and experience you can count on. That's S&S Electric, strong connections, smart solutions. Contact Derek Sutton at 208-390-7877. Go Bulldogs from S&S Electric. And, of course, S&K Landon, they've been locally owned and operated for over 25 years, servicing the entire eastern Idaho region. If you're looking to buy an ag truck or need to have one custom built, give owner Kevin Landon a call at 208-317-2384. They're also an authorized dealer for bomb and potato handling equipment. S&K Landon in Ririe, proud to support the local athletes, and they want to wish the Bulldogs good luck this evening. Idaho Ag Credit, your local ag lender. They financed agricultural needs in your community for multiple generations. Idaho Ag Credit, proud to support this webcast and all the student athletes playing in tonight's game. And also for Aberdeen, Wright's Auto Service and Repair, full service preventive maintenance and auto repair center, proudly working in the Aberdeen area since 1997. Were you born yet, 97?
Sure was.
All right.
I was 10 years old in 97.
Fantastic. I was married with, I think, a kid. Their staff of nationally certified master technicians specializes in auto repair, engine repair, brake repair, transmission repair, and auto electrical services. Drop by the shop at 17 West Lincoln Avenue in Aberdeen. Meet them anytime. That's Wright's Auto Service and Repair. They're proud to support Aberdeen football and wish them all the best of luck in tonight's semifinal game.
With that, we'll take a quick break. You are listening to the 2025 Idaho State Football Playoffs, the 3A semis on IdahoSports.com.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Dear crew, with an adult-sized third row, everyone's welcome. Slip in, stretch out, and let's go. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's that time again. Time to get the health insurance you need for next year. Open enrollment is the time for you to enroll in, renew, or change your coverage. At Your Health Idaho, you can save money with a tax credit on the plan that's best for you and your family. Don't wait. Open enrollment ends December 15th. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. Enroll by December 15th.
Il me semble que ce matin le soleil peine à colorer le ciel. Je voudrais prolonger les vacances.
Idaho's 529 can be used at any in-state or out-of-state 2- or 4-year college or university. Can be used at a trade school for an apprenticeship.
Whatever it is that your kid is interested in, that's available for them to use the fund.
I really like the flexibility. It gives Wild the opportunity to pursue a whole array of training.
So whatever your child's passion is, you can support that.
To learn more, go to idsaves.org.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text START My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Dear Friday, we've got power tailgates to power game days. And a trailer backup guide. That's the champ of the ramp. Toyota Trucks. Toyota. Let's go places.
Every time that we get in the car, number 1, buckle up. Number 2, no phones. And number 3, pay attention to your surroundings.
If I got in the car with my friends, I would definitely tell them to put their seatbelts on. I want to be able to get back home safely.
Welcome back to the 2025 Idaho State Football Playoffs, the 3A semis on IdahoSports.com. Ririe Bulldogs lead the Aberdeen Tigers 8-0 at halftime, about 8:25 before we get set to start the second half. So far, no scores in the first quarter. That first quarter, I think, went faster than Paul drove here.
Right, that was very, 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 I mean, we're an hour and 2 minutes into the broadcast, and that includes pregame, national anthem, and
with that flag getting rolled up, which always takes about 3 minutes.
So that was maybe a between 45 and 50-minute first half. Crazy.
So fast. But in the second quarter, we finally had a score. Ririe Bulldogs score with 10:08 to play in the second quarter. Braylon Moon, after a couple nice runs from his squad of Van Noyes and Coulter Lewis's, finally punched one in 3-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was good, and that's your 8-0 score. Aberdeen had a chance late in that second quarter, right as time expires. Lupe Ortiz cannot punch it in for the touchdown. It ends up being a turnover on downs officially. So Aberdeen's drives end in 2 points and a turnover on downs on the half-yard line. Ririe gets a massive stand, Paul.
And how big is that stop potentially going to be at the end of this game? We mentioned points are going to be at a premium. You get stopped on the goal line a couple of times, like twice, by the defense, and that's how it ends. You missed a chance to score. So this 8 points, I mean, in this type of game, it's almost like 16 points, 18 points. It's a lot more than 8 when it's so hard to score against this defense. So Aberdeen comes out. It's got a whole second half, right? There's a lot of time to play. It's just one touchdown. But just looking at how both teams are playing right now, one, the Aberdeen defense needs to come back out and play, make stops, which, again, we're asking the impossible on a lot of this. But going back to the original keys to the game that you put together, looking at for Aberdeen, efficient with the ball. They punted their first first couple. Finished drives with points. Well, that hasn't happened.
Nope.
Get 1 to 2 stops, force into 3rd and long.
Ish.
That's a big ish, right?
Right.
On the other side, what you put together for Ririe, limit possessions. Well, okay. Just because you're hanging on to the ball so long, you are limiting possessions. Limit Driscoll. Okay. Doing all right. And stick
a couple good throws that ended up in first downs.
Correct.
So in that way, they weren't able to limit Driscoll. But yes, on the run, ish.
Another ish for them. That's all right. We'll give them a C+ on that. And stick to the first 5 plays. In the first three plays of the game, maybe 4, they had different ball carriers. I mean, that's just crazy to me.
Including Garrett Van Noy, who last week rushed for 144 yards, 2 touchdowns so far on the night. Garrett Van Noy just has 9 rushing yards. Lewis, another big runner. He's eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark this season. He has got 28 yards on the night, and then Moon has 3 yards. So really, Aberdeen has more yards to speak for, but Bulldogs have the score 8-0 at half.
You're a Ririe fan and going, so?
Yeah, exactly. We're up 8-0.
That's what matters. Even if it was just 1 yard. You know what? We got 8. Well, let's take a minute and thank some more of our local advertisers. Ririe Grain and Feed Cooperative. They've been farmer-owned and operated since serving the Ririe area since 1927. They are the place to go for all your grain marketing needs. They are located at 400 Market Street in Ririe, or you can give them a call, 208-538-6712. That's Ririe Grain and Feed, longtime supporters of all Ririe High School student athletes. If you're having trouble with your propane fireplace or freestanding stove, Fall River Propane can help. One of the best advertisers we've got here at Idaho Sports. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves. Call or visit fallriverpropane.com. The hottest burning, low-cost propane for residential or commercial delivery. The Bank of Commerce, proud supporter of all the area schools, 17 locations across Idaho and southwest Montana. For local decisions and exceptional service, make the Bank of Commerce your bank of a lifetime. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do they pay extra for that song?
I throw that in for free, my friend.
You know what? That was nice.
A little bit extra.
You advertise with Idaho Sports, you get a little ditty, you get a little song.
Sometimes you get a song and dance.
Yeah.
Depending on how we're feeling that night. Well, make sure to stop by and spend a day or two at Heisey Hot Springs in Ririe. Relax in their natural hot pool, splash around in their warm pool, play and jump off the diving board at their summer pool, or brave their 350-foot water slide. You'll quickly find that at Heisey, there is something for everyone. Find out more online at HeiseyHotSprings.net. That's www.HEISEHotSprings.net.
Thought you were going to say jump into their 30 or go down the 350-foot degree pool. Like, you kept getting hotter, scalding.
You better skim off the top.
That's right.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's volcano.
Talk about family-owned and operated. Well, since 1985, Mountain River Ranch is your go-to destination for great fun and hospitality in Ririe. From November 28th through December 31st, enjoy the holiday season with a drive-through Christmas light show, a horse-drawn wagon ride, music featuring rawhide and rosin, and roast beef or chicken for dinner with a variety of drinks available. Visit mountainrivershows.com to learn more. Of course, we want to thank Titan Machinery. It's your source for new and used tractors, combines, balers, excavators, loaders, backhoes, and wheel loaders. Their 5 Idaho locations serve the agriculture, construction, and landscaping industries in eastern Idaho. Titan Machinery offers the most advanced new farm and construction equipment in the world, Joel, and they back their equipment with world-class service, parts, and financial solutions. Find out more online at titanmachinery.com. And of course, we need to thank our Power Boosters. Power Boosters, if you go to Idaho Sports, go to the team schedules, the team sport pages. These are the banners. These are the banner advertisers. They're called Power Boosters. And these are our Power Boosters for each team. For Aberdeen, Diesel Depot, Idaho Ag Credit, The Roof Resource, and Wright's Auto Service and Repair. And for Ririe, Brightside Dental, Anytime Fitness in Rigby, The Roof Resource, again, Heisey Hot Springs, and Ririe Grain and Feed. Thank you to these Power Boosters.
Do you have what it takes to be a power booster for your school on IdahoSports.com? Show your devotion to your school and advertise your business at the same time by becoming a power booster. You get a large, clickable display banner on every team page for your school and a clickable link with your business name on every broadcast we do for your school during the regular season and state tournaments. Power boosters are a great way for you and your business to be seen by tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of current and potential clients and customers. And the best part, it's 100% tax deductible. Becoming a power booster is fast and easy. Just email fast and easy.
That was actually
that was weird.
That was your nickname.
That was my nickname. You know it.
Yes.
More college. Just email sales@IdahoSports.com. I had my first kiss as a senior in high school, so I kept it chill. I kept it easy
Joel.
in high school. Just email sales@IdahoSports.com, and within 24 hours, your business can be proudly seen on your favorite school's team schedules, rosters, and conference standings. Multi-school discounts are available. Again, email sales@IdahoSports.com to find out more about how you can become a power booster on the IdahoSports.com. Under a minute to go before half. What do you got, Paul?
No, I'm kidding.
I was waiting for it.
I'm actually looking forward to a second half of football, and probably going to be just as fast. I mean, we saw what? 2 passes? 1?
Yeah, two passes.
Okay, I remember
both
1,
completed.
So I figured there was 2. So 2 passes. The whole thing, and as mentioned, I'm going to be here tomorrow night for the other semifinal, West Side and Nampa Christian, and 2 opposites, right? West Side, like this. They're going to ground and pound, and that's it. Nampa Christian, they like to go to the air.
Yep.
The passing game, and so being in the dome for both teams is good. So, looking ahead to tomorrow night, I think it's going to be a dogfight as well. I think they talked about it on the Game Day show. Might have been East Idaho Prepcast that you do. I think it was Hayden that said Nampa Christian. He picked Nampa Christian to win that, and everybody kind of went, what? But After watching them last week,
Well,
maybe.
And we saw what happened last week with Ririe and New Plymouth. Your Grims, right? New Plymouth was throwing the ball all over, and Ririe had no answer.
Right.
They mixed in the run for sure, but it was the throwing game that threw off Ririe, and Ririe almost lost that game. Watch Nampa Christian to throw the ball on Westside, and Westside not have an answer for that.
I think they will.
I agree. You never bet against Westside. Not that we bet. Not that we ever do, because that would be terrible. So Westside. I'll bet you we don't. Westside, dude. Watch for Westside to carry that game, but we saw it against Ririe. That throwing game could become a problem if Westside is not careful as we get set to start the third quarter. We have a guest up here, Paul.
We do. This is Angie Birch hitting up into the crow's nest to watch. Good return, number 25, Wyatt Taylor, the senior.
Wyatt Taylor gets some playing time here as we are set to start the second half. We start the second half. The kickoff return gets to the 40-yard line, so good field position for Ririe. All Aberdeen needs is a stop. If Aberdeen gets a stop, I guarantee Aberdeen is able to score on the next possession. But if they don't get the stop, that's going to be a tough night for the rest of this game for Aberdeen. Need a stop here on this drive. Bull takes here on this 2025 Idaho State Football Playoffs Game Streams production on IdahoSports.com. Run up the middle by Mr. Coulter Lewis, who gets a gain of 3.
That was Ortiz.
So Ririe wearing the all blues with the yellow numbers going left to right. They're on the right hash. It's a near hash as they are on that near hash. 11:28. 30 seconds off the clock in this third quarter. Second and 6 on the 44-yard line. A pitch in the backfield. Hard running from Coulter Lewis, and he gets a few more. We'll bring up a third and manageable 4, third and 4 to be specific for the Bulldogs.
Boy, nothing up the middle is working for really either team. I mean, they're getting positive yards most of the time. We haven't seen too many tackles in the backfield. But, you go up against, Tapia, the big guy. Again, we don't have height and weight on our rosters, but he's big.
No, he's a big dude. I was down the field watching him warm up. Yeah, he's a big fella. Third and 4, Moon under center. United front for Bulldogs. They're going to go right near side, following his blockers. Does he cross the 50-yard line? They're going to say he does. First down, Ririe. No, that's Aberdeen football. The ball was loose, Paul. The ball was loose, recovered by Aberdeen.
That surprised everybody. I mean, that was a very anticlimactic fumble.
That was the most anticlimactic call of a fumble, not just by me. That was a terrible call by me, but I think that was the worst call by the officials.
Right.
Suddenly, the ball was on the ground. There was this soft, Aberdeen football. And then the Aberdeen players erupted in thunderous applause. 10:39 to play in the third quarter, and it's Aberdeen football on the 49-yard line.
I think 2 guys knew it was fumbled, the guy that did it and the guy that recovered it, and then
right.
looked up, and the refs went, oh, hey, look at that, fumble. Well, here we go. Aberdeen gets their chance. They made their stop.
In the backfield is Driscoll. He hands it off. Hard running up the right side. Really B gap. Partita on the carry. About 5-yard gain for Partita.
Is he coming? It looks like he's coming off. First time we've called his name tonight. Did his job. Picked up 5. Gets into Ririe territory just 46-yard line.
That's Partita's 4th carry of the game, but he really hasn't had much, Paul. He only has 6 yards total for Partita. So, haven't called his number too much and really hasn't gained many yards. Another run, this time left side, but he's stuffed. Great defensive front. And like you said, Paul, not really much. Nope. Even when they hit the B gaps, there's just not much there. They're really both teams looking for the edges, I think, in the second. They need to look for the edges in the second half because not much going up the middle.
And Driscoll, the ball carrier there, went pretty much nowhere. Got about a yard. Brings up 3rd and 4 from the 45.
9:30 and counting before to play in the third quarter. Ball on the 45-yard line. 3rd and 4. Ririe up 8-0 on Aberdeen.
You guaranteed if they got a stop, they'd score.
And another tackle in the backfield. And this is why I don't bet, Paul. Carry by Max Clausen, and he's dropped in the backfield. I think they said that he got back to the line of scrimmage, though. So
lost a yard.
No, they lost a yard. So ball on the 46. 4th and 5 for Aberdeen.
Yeah, that's one of the very few loss of yard plays we've seen, minus penalties.
Right.
And Aberdeen, 3 penalties in the first half to cost them yards?
Driscoll continues to play quarterback in the ball game. Lupe Ortiz on the sideline, standing, and all he can do is watch his offense try to convert on this 4th and 5 opportunity. Ball on their own on Ryrie's 46-yard line on the near hash. Left hash going right to left. And we got a timeout called by Aberdeen. They saw something that they didn't like, and they're going to talk about it.
I think it's, he saw the execution of what the play was going to be. He didn't like. He's given every universal sign of a frustrated coach as they come over. Let's thank some of those local sponsors again. Landon Sweet Loving Corn, proud supporter of Ririe football. Folks wait all year to savor this locally grown corn. You can enjoy some yourself next summer when you find them on the corner of First Street and Holmes in Idaho Falls. Follow Landon Sweet Loving Corn on Facebook to know when it's available so that you don't have to wait to pick some up. It's really the sweetest corn you'll ever eat. And when your business or farm depends on reliable power, trust the experts at S&S Electric. From commercial wiring and lighting to agricultural systems for irrigation, they keep your operation running strong. Quality work, fast service, and experience you can count on. That's S&S Electric, strong connections, smart solutions. Contact Derek Sutton at 208-390-7877. Go Bulldogs from S&S Electric. All right.
4th and 5. Thank you to the Power Boosters and Ads and companies for helping us bring you this game. Driscoll in the shotgun. He's got power right. He's going to throw the ball. And that ball is short, hits the turf before it can find an open receiver. Even if he had caught it, Paul, I don't think he gets the first down as there were 2 tacklers in the vicinity. That pass was intended for number 10, Ronnie Cerna, and that's another turnover on downs by Aberdeen.
And Ian Johnson busted through on the defense, hassled the quarterback. Really didn't get in a position to tackle, but made him think about his presence, and that's really what kind of threw him off, left that pass way short, but you're right. He catches that. Maybe he shakes 1 or 2, but it would have been very difficult to pick up that 5 yards he needed.
And Cerna was in stride as he was waiting for that pass to get to him, but it was just short. Hit that ground. Turnover on downs. Ririe takes over on their own 46-yard line with 8:20 to play in the third quarter. Run up the middle from Coulter Lewis. And he gets 4 yards on the first down carry.
Kind of jumped over everyone that was on the ground. It's okay to hurdle if they're on the ground. You can't try and hurdle someone that's standing up. And he picked up those 4 yards with the last 2 yards by jumping over everybody to pick that up. So Aberdeen, boy, they got a gift from the football gods in that turnover, and all they got out of it was, 10 yards or so.
Ririe right hash, near hash going left to right. Under 8 minutes to play in the third. Pitch up the middle. They like doing that play. It's not necessarily it's not a handoff up the middle, but it's pitch up the middle because you also have a guy on the left and right who you got to watch for. Aberdeen trying to be assignment sound. That time it was a pitch from the guy coming from the left side, comes through the middle and gets a yard. Gets a gain of 2.
And on that play, Joel, you're relying on your front guys to open a hole because you are getting that handoff or the pitch. You're getting a full head of steam, but you need that hole to be open for you. But Ririe going up against a very stout Aberdeen D-line, that just hasn't been there tonight.
Under center is Moon. It'll be another pitch as Garrett Van Noy came from the right side and he hits that middle right through between the center and the tackle. And that's going to be short, though. Going to bring up a 4th and 2. It's a gain of 1.
Lead tackler there, Darcy Bryan, number 54. Then he's joined with a few friends, but first man in there was Bryan.
So 4th and 2. Can Aberdeen now get a stop with 6:30 and counting to play in the third quarter?
Well, it makes it easy when the game is literally played between the 40s. First half was kind of between the 20s. Now we're just tearing up midfield.
Here at the ICCU Dome on this awesome ISU turf. Run to the left side. Can Aberdeen get there? And he breaks tackles, and he will get past the first down. If they give him the favorable spot, they will. First down, Ririe. That is tough running from Garrett Van Noy. Hits that left far side, squeezes between tackles, and gets the first down.
Yeah, Van Noy. They went to the outside that time. They're able to pick up yards on the outside, left side, right side, and that time they got just enough to move the sticks.
3-yard carry from Van Noy gets him the first down. The sticks are moved, ball on the 43-yard line, 5:50 and counting to play in the third. Ririe up 8-0, lined up on the left hash, going left to right. Moon and company under center in that classic wing tee. It's a play action to our near side, trying to evade tacklers. He's going to throw it downfield, got a man open, pass completed, broken tackles, 10-5, touchdown, Coulter Lewis.
Coulter Lewis with the touchdown catch and run, but boy, popped right at the end. Moon hit pretty hard, shaken up there at the 40. A couple coaches coming out, making sure he knows what day it is. You don't see those too often, and you don't see that scrambling ability from Moon. He was able to avoid some tackles, come to the near side, get out of the pocket. Nice movement, but really good job by Van Noy to get himself open.
A 42-yard touchdown
Lewis,
reception,
Lewis.
From Moon to Lewis. Hopefully Moon's okay. And now under center. And they hand it off up the middle. He's stuffed. The two-point conversion is no good, so score remains at 14. But Ririe takes advantage of the turnover on downs, and they're up 2 touchdowns with 5:27 to play in the third quarter.
Well, let's thank the Bank of Commerce again, proud supporter of all area schools, 17 locations across Idaho and southwest Montana. For local decisions and exceptional service, make the Bank of Commerce your bank of a lifetime. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And if you're having trouble with your propane fireplace or freestanding stove, Fall River Propane can help. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves. Call or visit fallriverpropane.com, the hottest burning, low-cost propane for residential or commercial delivery. Idaho Ag Credit, your local ag lender. They've financed agricultural needs in your community for multiple generations. Idaho Ag Credit, proud to support this webcast and all the student athletes playing in today's game. And Titan Machinery, your source for new and used tractors, combines, balers, excavators, loaders, backhoes, and wheel loaders. Their 5 Idaho locations serve the agricultural, construction, and landscaping industries in eastern Idaho. Titan Machinery, they offer the most advanced new farm and construction equipment in the world, and they back their equipment with world-class service, parts, and financial solutions. Find out more online at titanmachinery.com, Joel.
14-0, Ririe leads 2 touchdowns, and Aberdeen not a team that scores quickly. They love the chew up clock. They've had a couple good passing plays that can get them downfield, but Aberdeen now behind not only the sticks, which they don't want to be, but behind behind 2 touchdowns. Here's Eric Alvarez recovering the pooch kick. He's hit hard as he's going down. He gets to about the 30, almost 40, their own 40-yard line. So Aberdeen will take over on the 39, going right to left on the near hash with 5:22 to play in the third quarter. They got to make hay now, Paul.
Oh, he was hit hard by Rasden Harris. Brought him down, but you're right. We talked about the 8-0. Seen more like maybe 16, 18-0. Well, now you get 14-0. You're in a hole if you're Aberdeen. You need points. You need them fast. You can't take those 6-7 minute drives like you were used to in the first half.
Driscoll continues in at quarterback. He'll hand it off right side, trying to fight through tackles is Jeremy Partita, and good gain there. 5 yards for Partita.
And they send a guy in with the play call. And with just under 5 to play, you still have a quarter, still got 5 minutes here. But you got to have a little bit of a sense of urgency, right?
Got to move.
Get a couple plays, see what they're doing. But they are middle of the field, so the options are pretty open, except that run up the middle just hasn't been there. So let's see if they kind of adjust to that.
Quarterback to his right hip. They got power right. They'll take it to that right side, following those blockers is Max Clausen. but he is stuffed, and we got a flag down at about the 46, 47-yard line. And this one's probably coming back, probably a hold against Aberdeen, but we'll wait for the official call from the white hat.
Well, he just got across that 45-yard line of the 46. It's almost in a spot. I mean, it's probably going to be a hold, but it's almost in a spot where you can see like a 5-yard face mask happening as well.
It's a personal foul, and Paul, man, Mr. Nostradamus, it is a face mask against Ririe.
Just more serious than I thought it was.
Yeah, that's a 15-yard penalty, and they're going to move the sticks and get across the 50-yard line into enemy territory. And might this be the shot in the arm that they need to move to get that urgency going?
Well, you hope so. And you could have said that about the fumble they recovered.
Right.
You know, at midfield. So they're getting it back, and now a little bit deeper, 39-yard line for Ririe here on this left side. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
On the right hash, going right to left, Aberdeen about 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes. Eric Alvarez rolling off a tackler, pushes forward after gaining about 4, gets a few more thanks to that spin move off tackle, and brought down at the 32-yard line. Good first down run from Alvarez.
And Alvarez, such a high-powered runner, just a junior. They're going to have him back for another year. That's great news for the Tiger fans.
Alvarez is so fun to watch. I've watched him now for 2 years. As a sophomore, he was running like that. That spin move, a little more new this year. He was showing it off a little bit last year, but that is his signature move. 2nd and 3, he loves to hit that double X twice, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Here's Eric Alvarez again. He's the hot hand, filling his way forward for the first down and then some. On the 2nd and 3, he gets 6-7 more yards. It's a first down to the 26-yard line for Eric Alvarez.
Well, Gabe Montero, again, first man in on that tackle for the defense. Defense is doing their job, but boy, it's really this Aberdeen front line that's opening up the holes for the ball carriers, for Alvarez.
Ball on the 26-yard line, right in the middle of the field, and right in the middle of both hashes. Going right to left, 14-0. Aberdeen's got to score on this drive.
Make it sound like it's the end of the fourth.
But they got to 3 minutes and counting in the third quarter. Here's a spin from Driscoll, who spins off tackle.
Picks up a couple.
Under 3 minutes to play in the third.
And you know, positive yards are positive yards. You'll take them every time. Unless it's, 4th and 7. Then that's an issue.
That's true.
But in this case, great. Now you're at 2nd and 8. You're sitting at the Ririe 24-yard line. Momentum is on your side for really what might be the first time tonight.
Do you take a shot here, Paul?
That's actually a good question. 2nd and 8. Yeah, I think you really could. I think this is a great play to do it if you're going to. I don't think they're lined up to do it.
Driscoll's got running back to his right hip, running back to his left. Right in front of him. It's a low snap. He's going to take it himself. He's wrapped up in the backfield, but he pushes forward for maybe a gain. They're going to say a gain of 1 for Driscoll, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 with 2 minutes to play in the third quarter.
And Wyatt Taylor for Ririe breaks free first, grabs a hold of Driscoll and didn't let him go.
That was a great tackle. He immediately got to the backfield and like you said, just grabbed onto his jersey and held on and slowed Driscoll down. 3rd and 7, 1:45 and counting to play in the third. Ball on the 23-yard line.
Boy, still slow to get out of this huddle.
If you're an Aberdeen fan, you're looking for a bit more urgency from this squad. Driscoll takes the snap. He's going to take it. They're going to throw it to the right side. He's got open space. Gets past the 10-yard line. Tackled. They're going to say he's tackled at the 4-yard line. I thought he hit Tannen Nelson with the big first down catch. Great yards after catch for Tannen Nelson. Ball on the 4-yard line.
So you were right. You were just a play off. And that's that short little pass on that right side. He's able to get a lot of yards afterwards. And now 1st and goal from the 4. Tigers are in business, as the kids say.
13-yard pass from Driscoll to Nelson. And it was really a 5-yard pass. Here's a run to the left side. He's got space. 10-5 touchdown. Touchdown Aberdeen, and they answer.
Trayton Jenkins from 4 yards out, cuts to the left side, brings it all the way to the near side and into the end zone. 48 seconds to play in the third. Tigers on the board.
Great answer from the Aberdeen Tigers as they needed the score on that possession, and they did just that with 48 seconds to play in the third. 2-point conversion pending for Aberdeen. In shotgun, he's going to take it himself. He's tackled. Can he push forward? He's trying to lunge forward. Are they going to give it to him?
It is.
And his 2-point conversion is good. It's 14-8. Tigers strike, and the 2-point conversion is solid from Driscoll.
You know, I do a lot of 8-man football. We talk about how important that 2-point conversion is. It adds up over time. You know, you miss 2-3 in a game, that's a touchdown. In this game, you are now 14-8. You are a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, or a PAT from a win, right? So that was a gutsy call to go for that 2-point conversion. We need it now, need it later, either way. But to go for it now, kudos to them, and great job getting it. Again, momentum on the side of the Tigers here as we wrap up the third quarter, head into the fourth and final period of play.
A second half reset with 5:27 to play in the third. 42-yard touchdown catch, Moon to Lewis. 2-point conversion was no good, making the score 14-0. And with 48 seconds to play in the third, and we said, Paul, they got a score on that drive. They did just that. 4-yard touchdown rush, 2-point conversion was good, and the score is 14-8. Aberdeen prepares for their kickoff return.
You don't think there's time, and then there is time.
And a good kick. They don't let it go out of bounds. Collect at the 15-yard line. And it's a good return. Gets to the 30-yard line. 15-yard return for Taylor from Ririe.
And Isaac Driscoll on the tackle on the special teams, helping out his own cause. But still, starting 30-yard line, not bad. Well, the Bank of Commerce is a proud supporter of all the area schools, 17 locations across Idaho and southwest Montana. For local decisions, exceptional service, make the Bank of Commerce your bank of a lifetime. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And Idaho Ag Credit, your local ag lender, has financed agricultural needs in your community for multiple generations. Idaho Ag Credit, proud to support this webcast and all the student athletes playing in tonight's game.
Moon under center in the wing tee. And we've got a little double pitch in the backfield. Again, that's a short backfield because Moon is under center and they just get back to the line of scrimmage. Thought they may have lost one, but a favorable spot from the officials brings up 2nd and 10 off the double pitch.
Yeah, a little double reverse ends up in Van Noy's hands, but it was a short double handoff. It was really just, and so that whole defensive line was just there waiting. They didn't have to go anywhere.
Assignment sound football is so crucial for both these teams.
Yeah.
As you know, this linebacker's got that guy, this linebacker's got that guy, and line, you push or you pull.
Yeah, they're going to get it off. They barely get it off before time expires.
Handoff up the middle. That's a good run before time expired from Lewis. And that's a gain of 7 for Lewis as we end the third quarter. So at the end of 3, Bulldogs 14, Tigers 8. Fourth quarter pending, 6-point game. Aberdeen scores. And the 2-point conversion is good, and they win. They score, and they tie, and we go to overtime. We'll see what happens in the fourth quarter. What do you got, Paul?
I've got Wright's Auto Service and Repair. Full-service preventive maintenance and auto repair center, proudly working in the Aberdeen area since 1997. Their staff of nationally certified master technicians specialize easy for me to say, in auto repair, engine repair, brake repair, transmission repair, and auto electrical services. Drive by the shop, 17 West Lincoln Avenue in Aberdeen, and meet them anytime. Wright's Auto Service and Repair, proud to support Aberdeen football, and wishes them good luck in tonight's game. First, I want to thank Ririe Grain and Feed Cooperative, been a farmer-owned and operated cooperative serving the Ririe area since 1927. They are the place to go for all your grain marketing needs. Located at 400 Market Street in Ririe, you can give them a call, 208-538-6712. Ririe Grain and Feed, longtime supporter of all Ririe High School student athletes. And Franklin Building Supply, proud supporter of Ririe Athletics and all the building professionals in Eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help make your project a success from start to finish. Franklin Building Supply in Pokey and Idaho Falls, worth the trip.
3rd and 3, pitch up the middle, and he's not going to get there. They're going to give him a yard, I think, with Coulter Lewis running that ball, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 2. Now Bulldogs going right to left, lined up on the far hash. 4th and final quarter of action in this 3A semifinals game. If we're lucky, we'll get some overtime, Paul.
We're lucky? Got nowhere else to be. Well.
4th and 2 on the 38-yard line. Can Ririe convert on this 4th and short?
I think they're going to run it
and
back.
They're going to punt this one away.
They're going to run it back.
They're going to punt this one away, and they're going to test Aberdeen and trust their defense to get the stop here. Interesting play call, Paul.
It was. That's a gutsy, but you trust your team that got you here, right? You're in the semis. You're one game away from the championship. You don't change things up. You trust your guys, and so far their defense, aces here in these first 3 quarters. Well, family owned and operated since 1985, it's Mountain River Ranch, your go-to destination for great fun and hospitality in Ririe. November 28th through December 31st, enjoy the holiday season with a drive-through Christmas light show, a horse-drawn wagon ride, music featuring rawhide and rosin, and roast beef or chicken for dinner, a variety of drinks available. Visit mountainrivershows.com to learn more.
So Aberdeen gets the stop. Ririe elects to punt the ball, and now Aberdeen on the 35-yard line going left to right in the white jerseys, orange pants. And in the game, I think that's Lupe Ortiz on the carry.
I think it was Driscoll.
Okay, it was Driscoll.
Yeah, and then wrapped up by Coulter Lewis.
That was Driscoll. So on the 1-yard carry is Driscoll, under 11 minutes to play. And I do love the trust that Coach Huntsman has in this Ririe defense. Yeah, they give that touchdown, but he knows in this 4th quarter, they're going to pin their ears back and get the stop. 2nd and 9 for Aberdeen.
But boy, giving Aberdeen a chance like this isn't, the second game of the season where they're playing, some team that's going to go over. This is another semifinal team. And so trusting your defense against this, let's see how it works out.
Aberdeen power left. Got scat backs to that left side, and here's a handoff. They go that left side. They like that play where they follow those blockers. There's no misdirection on that one. They have the left side. They go to the left side. And Eric Alvarez on the carry gets a gain of 4.
So it is basically a 3rd and a long 4 left as they're just across the 40-yard line.
And with under 10 minutes to play, the clock becomes interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's
and
running.
That clock continues to run for Aberdeen. And again, Aberdeen not usually quick down the field. They might take a couple strikes, which we saw on their scoring drive. They'll need probably more of that if they want to punch one in. 9:38. They hand it off. Run up the middle, making guys miss. Gets across the 50-yard line. That's an excellent 3rd and 5 run. Gets 10 yards for the first down.
So Partita finally breaks through the first line and the second line. Enjoy it, because it might not happen again in the rest of this game, but he does. Partita just kept those legs moving, as they say, broke free, picked up a lot of yards. Ball sitting at midfield, 50-yard line, 1st and 10, and a timeout looks to be called. No, it's going to be a equipment malfunction on the chain gang.
And you said, enjoy that, because it may not happen again. Partita, he's got a run of 0, 1, nothing, 5, 5, and 10. 10 is his longest run of the night. And before that, really Clausen has the longest run for Aberdeen with a 15-yarder. So Aberdeen hasn't had big chunk plays. I think their chunkiest, if you will, has been that 15-yarder and then the 14-yard pass to Valdez.
Their chunkiest. I like it. Well, when your business or farm depends on reliable power, trust the experts at S&S Electric. From commercial wiring and lighting to agricultural systems for irrigation, they keep your operation running strong. Quality work, fast service, and experience you can count on. That's S&S Electric. Strong connection, smart solutions. Call Derek Sutton, 390-7877. Go Bulldogs.
Here's another run up the middle, and he's tripped up. That's a great tackle from number 6, DC Turner. He got in the backfield quickly and was the first one there to trip up the runner.
But he's just been so big for this defense tonight. We haven't called his name every time, but we've called his name enough that folks at home know it. And only a gain of, they're going to say a yard, but it was less than a yard gain, so 2nd and 9 now at the 49.
8:44 to play in the game. 3A semis. The winner of this one goes to the state championship. Plays the winner of Nampa Christian and Westside, who will play tomorrow night here in the ICCU Dome. Driscoll takes the snap, hands it off. They go B gap. The pile pushes to the left side, left hash, and it's a good 2nd and 9 run from Eric Alvarez. Gets a gain of about 4, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 5. 3rd and manageable for Aberdeen.
So, Joel, they haven't gotten much going up the middle all game. Now they are. So have they been wearing, is the Ririe front line wearing down now as we're in the 4th quarter?
Well, and that's what we've seen with Aberdeen's opponents. As Aberdeen gets late in the 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the second half, they tend to get that push up the middle that they weren't getting in the first half. Aberdeen loves to tire out their opponents for sure. Driscoll hands it off. They go left side. This is to Clausen, and Clausen gang tackled left of that left hash into space and really maybe gets a yard. They're going to say, yeah, he just got a yard, so it's going to bring up 4th and 4. Ball on the 44-yard line. Ryrie's 44-yard line. Left hash, 7:26 to play in the 4th quarter. This might be the play of the game, Paul.
It really might be. 4th and 4. You've got, actually, the Ririe fans are the ones you can hear cheering on their defense.
We got a timeout called by Aberdeen, their first of the half. They have 2 more remaining.
Nope. Oh, they got 1 left.
Oh, so they took a timeout.
Yeah, they did. They used one early.
That equipment malfunction was taken by Aberdeen. So 1 timeout left for Aberdeen. That might come back to get him with 7:17 to play in the 4th quarter.
S&K Landon Inc. has been locally owned and operated for over 25 years, servicing the entire eastern Idaho region. If you're looking to buy an ag truck or need to have one custom built, give owner Kevin Landon a call at 208-317-2384. They're also an authorized dealer for bomb and potato handling equipment. S&K Landon in Ririe is proud to support all the local athletes and want to wish the Bulldogs good luck this evening. And Ririe Grain and Feed Cooperative has been a farmer-owned and operated cooperative serving the Ririe area since 1927. They're the place to go for all your grain marketing needs. They're located at 400 Market Street in Ririe, or you can give them a call at 538-6712. Ririe Grain and Feed, longtime supporter of all Ririe High School student athletes.
It's 4th and 4, ball on the 44-yard line. This may be the play of the game. 7:17 to play in the 4th quarter. Bulldogs trying to get the stop. Bulldogs in new territory as they've never been to the 3A semis or finals. Driscoll takes it himself up the middle, and he's tripped up well short of the first down. No push from the Aberdeen offensive line, and Ririe gets the stop with 7:12 to play in the 4th quarter.
They had 4 yards to go. They shotgun snap it to Driscoll. It's a keeper. That play took so long to develop. The Ririe Bulldog defense had a chance to go to the sideline, get a Capri Sun, get some orange slices, and then meet back in the middle and wait for Driscoll to come to them. There was really no chance on that play.
And that's the second time we've seen a 4th and 3, 4th and 4 opportunity where that play just took too long to develop. And on those long developing plays, you're waiting for that hole to present itself. But Ririe knows what's coming.
Yep.
And Ririe plugged up those holes, and Driscoll had nowhere to go. Ririe Bulldogs take over. Now can the Aberdeen defense hold and get this ball back before the end of the game?
I think they need to get some sort of turnover on this to get the ball back, or else Ririe's just going to run the clock down.
3 behind Moon. That's a stacked line in the backfield as they go right and plow their way forward for a short gain to the right side, far side, as Ririe is now going right to left.
Boy, and he did. You saw number 5, Coulter Lewis, come through and then give Cooper Brown a high five, because Brown took the brunt of the blocking there and opened that up just to get him that, 3 yards? 3-yard gain. And again, the clock's running. We're at 6:44. Ririe, they got no incentive to rush at all. They've got all the time in the world.
You mentioned Cooper Brown. He was one of the key players to watch. Especially, Coach wanted to shout out Cooper Brown as he's had such a great season.
Uh-oh.
Ball's on the ground, but it's picked up by Ririe trying to get to the outside. He's tackled, and he actually makes something out of nothing, Paul. The ball actually never hit the ground. The ball was bobbled in the air as the running back was trying to recover, and he gets back I think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
He did, but boy,
wow.
Talk about lemonade lemons, right? It could have been so much worse for Ririe on that play. It was just the handoff wasn't clean. It kind of jumped out of his hands. He 6-7'd it for a minute, if you want to call it that. Brought it down and able to get back to the line of scrimmage without turning the football over. But you're looking at 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10.
5:48 to play. Well behind the sticks. This is exactly where Aberdeen wants to be when they're on defense. Can they get the stop here? It's a tight wing tee. Run to the outside. Gets a nice blocker. Breaks another tackle. Trying to get to the sticks. Does he get there? The Ririe fans think so. He does. First down, Ririe.
He cuts all the way to the outside. He saw that Aberdeen defender guarding the sideline. Cut back in just a little bit. And that's what gave him those extra yards for the first down.
Coulter Lewis with the first down, 10-yard carry. 3rd and 10, 10-yard carry for the first down. And Lewis showing why he is the top rushing yards running back in the entire state of Idaho.
So the clock keeps ticking, right? They need to get a couple of first downs in there. They do. So now it's even more imperative that Aberdeen not only get a stop, but an early stop.
Handoff to Lewis. Lewis falls forward for a yard. Garrett Van Noy on the carry falls forward for a yard. And Garrett Van Noy came from the right side, gets that pitch inside, and then cuts through the middle for that gain of 1. And the clock continues to run against Aberdeen's favor. 4:44 and counting to play in the 4th.
And it's a weird spot where Aberdeen's got 1 timeout left. Do they take it to stop the clock now? Do they wait to get it back? I'm not a head coach. I don't make those decisions.
Ball on the 45-yard line. Moon puts a man in motion. That's Lewis who cuts inside, but he's tackled right at the ankle as he was cutting. But Lewis falls forward for more positive yards.
Another 2 yards. Makes up a long 3rd down. Clock continues to run, 4:10. But if they're able to just whittle off the clock for those first 3 downs and then convert on the 3rd and 4th down, this game's theirs.
Coulter Lewis's 11th carry of the ball game goes for a gain of 3. 3rd and 6, on the 42-yard line, right hash. Ririe going right to left, trying to keep that ball in their hands. 3:46 to play. It's going to be a handoff. Now they're coming to the near side, but they get to the backfield. Aberdeen gets a massive stop. That's number 30 on the tackle. 33 on the tackle. Tannen Nelson gets to the backfield quickly and gets a big loss. Brings up a 4th and 12. That might be the stop Aberdeen needed.
Yeah, we're going to see now as it's 4th and 12 for Ririe. Let's see what they do. Are they going to make a little short punt on this? Looks like they're going to. Do they try and just get as many yards as they can? Looks like they're going to punt it away. Let's see if they actually do. Let's see if they have any Matt Harris trickeration in them over there.
4th and 12 on the 48. They're electing to punt the ball, and we got flags thrown.
Everywhere.
And this one's coming back for 5 yards. Officially false start against Ririe. So instead of 4th and 12, it's going to bring up a 4th and 17.
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't. But it may give Aberdeen, they need every yard they got. Remember, they missed their touchdown on the half-yard line. Aberdeen will need every yard, I think, as now we are under 3 minutes to play in this game. I thought maybe the clock would stop after a false start, but maybe it stopped and then they started rolling it once they got set.
A 1-man back, so punt away from him. See if you can get a roll.
And I think that's Driscoll waiting the high punt, and he's going to let it bounce. He lets it bounce. Is that going to – can he get to? No. That ball continued to roll, and they're going to be a touchback. Wow. Ririe thought they touched it. Driscoll lets that ball bounce. That ball hit the turf at about the 15-yard line and bounced and bounced and bounced, and Ririe tried to do everything they could to get to it, and they're going to say it hit the goal line. And ball on the 20-yard line for Aberdeen.
Ririe just waited too long. They got greedy. They wanted to wait till, that hero play. Oh, he's down to the 1-inch line. No, they let it go, and the football ended up going. I think it was a matter of, I got it, you get it. Nobody did, and that big gamble by Driscoll paid off.
And it looked like Driscoll was maybe trying to block them out of the way, but
he's blowing on it, trying to get it to go.
Wild sequence there. Run left side. He had space for maybe a half a second gain of about 3 yards. And they're going to go hurry up here. I didn't see who got that.
Coulter Lewis with the tackle.
Coulter Lewis with the tackle. Didn't see who gained those 3 yards. But it looks like Lupe Ortiz is now in the game. Excuse me, nope, Driscoll is, I think Lupe was in the game on that play. Driscoll now in at quarterback. In the gun, going left to right. Under 2 minutes to play. They go left side, trying to feel his way forward. Falls. They're going to give him the first down.
It's going to be close. Alvarez. I think they're going to give it to him. They do.
Alvarez gets the first down on the 9-yard carry.
Well, they still have that timeout burning a hole in their pocket. And Bulldog and Rivers got 3.
1:42 and counting. Clock is the enemy of the Tigers. Can this ambush punch one in and tie up this game? They try to go in the middle, and great stop by Ririe. The ball was carried by Lupe Ortiz, and he goes nowhere. Gets to the middle of the field on the 30-yard line, just gets back to the line of scrimmage, and good timeout called, I think, there by head coach Driscoll. Head coach Derek Jolly. Driscoll was a few years ago. Derek Jolly in his second year. Apologize to Derek Jolly. With 1:22 to play before the end of this one, Derek Jolly calls a timeout.
Landon Sweet Loving Corn, proud supporter of Ririe football. Folks wait all year to savor their locally grown corn. You can enjoy some yourself next summer when you can find them on the corner of First Street and Holmes in Idaho Falls. Follow Landon Sweet Loving Corn on Facebook to know when it's available so that you don't have to wait to pick up some. It really is the sweetest corn you will ever eat. When your business or farm depends on reliable power, trust the experts at S&S Electric. From commercial wiring and lighting to agricultural systems for irrigation, they keep your operation running strong. Quality work, fast service, and experience you can count on. That's S&S Electric. Strong connections, smart solutions. Contact Derek Sutton, 208-390-7877. Go Bulldogs. And Franklin Building Supply, always a proud supporter of Ririe Athletics and all the building professionals in Eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team ready to help make your project a success from start to finish. Franklin Building Supply in Pocatello and Idaho Falls, definitely worth the trip.
1:25 remaining in this ball game. Bulldogs up 14-8. Second and 10 on the 30-yard line, going left to right. They're going to throw it. Back to pass. He feels the pressure, comes near side, and he'll throw that ball away. Threw it into the stands and looking for
Well, it slipped out of his
penalty,
hands.
But yeah, we'll see if there's any penalty called here. Ririe wants intentional grounding.
He came to the near side. You could tell he was wanting to throw it out of bounds at about the 30. As he let it go, it's like, I don't know if you ever have, you're on the tee box and the ball goes straight, you shank it straight out from you. That ball just slipped out and they are going to give him the penalty.
So Driscoll on that pass play rolls to his near side, that's his right side, and had nowhere to go. So ends up, he looked like he was trying to throw it into someone's vicinity, but falls out of his hands really, slips out of his hands and hits the stands to our near side. And so they're going to call intentional grounding. So that's a loss of down and a loss of 5.
If you're having trouble with your propane fireplace or freestanding stove, Fall River Propane can help. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves. FallRiverPropane.com. Hottest burning, low-cost propane for residential or commercial delivery.
So that's a spot foul, so it's actually 3rd and 32. And they're going to run this ball. Trying to bounce the outside is Lupe Ortiz. And he just gets the 10-yard line. And that's a big stop by Ririe with 1:07 and counting. And Aberdeen running out of options. Ririe is licking their chops. 1 minute away from getting to their first 3A championship game.
4th and 29. There was 3 different times I thought Ortiz was going to break loose. He just kept going. He kept going east-west instead of heading up north. And that Ririe defense just caught him on the sideline.
Ririe defense. All they need is one more stop. 40 seconds to play. Does Aberdeen have a miracle in them? Drops back to pass. Throws it away. Ball falls incomplete. And that's going to be ball game.
And again, due to the Ririe defense, just hassling. They had to pass on that play. They knew they did. And they didn't. A lot of times you see teams fall back and maybe a zone defense, cover the receivers. No, they went the opposite direction, hassle the quarterback, and let their defense do their job. And they hassled him right at the goal line. He just had to throw it up in the air, and it landed nowhere near anyone. So turnover on downs. Ririe, I'm gonna guess they'll take a knee.
Ririe will take a knee and end this one. Ririe has punched their ticket to the 3A championship game on this Thursday night. Ririe in unprecedented territory if you're a Ririe Bulldog. It's been 78 years since they won a conference title. It's been forever since they went to the 3A championship game.
Good for them. I mean, I would have been happy with either team winning.
100%.
Right?
But in talking about who's been there recently, Aberdeen has, Ririe has not. What a chance for the team in all blue to get to the championship game. The clock is at 0. Ririe wins 14-8.
Wright's Auto Service and Repair, full service preventive maintenance and auto repair center, proudly working in the Aberdeen area since 1997. Their staff of nationally certified master technicians specializes in auto repair, engine repair, brake repair, transmission repair, and auto electrical services. Drop by the shop at 17 West Lincoln Avenue in Aberdeen and meet them anytime. Wright's Auto Service and Repair, proud to support Aberdeen football. Titan Machinery, your source for new and used tractors, combines, balers, excavators, loaders, backhoes, and wheel loaders. Their 5 Idaho locations serve the agricultural, construction, and landscaping industries in eastern Idaho. Titan Machinery offers the most advanced new farm and construction equipment in the world, and they back their equipment with world-class service parts and financial solutions. Find out more at TitanMachinery.com. And a couple more. They are going to give a third-place trophy.
Definitely.
They give 2 third-place trophies in football. Explain that.
Ties. We love ties in the 21st century.
Oh, they were doing it in the 20th too.
We love ties in the millennial centuries.
Yeah. Your people.
My people. I apologize. Although I'll tell you, every time I play pickup, football with my boys, we just play kind of, two-hand touch.
Yeah.
Whoever gets the ball first, if you get the ball a second, and if a team scores and they go up, the team who gets the ball second always gets a chance to tie if it's a 1-point game. Because I'm a millennial dad.
Yeah. Everybody gets a chance.
But dude, giving Aberdeen the third place trophy, I think is great. And tomorrow night, whether it's Nampa Christian or West Side, I do love that they get some love, right? Some appreciation for their efforts. Whether it's a trophy or the fans get a chance one more time to congratulate their team. I love it that they do get that recognition. What a season from Aberdeen. And Lupe Ortiz receives the third place trophy. He holds it up, and the Aberdeen fans and Ririe fans give a nice standing ovation for Aberdeen.
And Ririe comes over, say congratulations to them, and really, we didn't see any chippiness.
No,
I didn't see any.
Yep.
Right.
Likewise, there may have been like one play I think I remember, but really very minimal.
It was an accident.
That's right.
So they're coming over. They're saying just good sportsmanship all the way around. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Fight hard, but in the end, you know what? You're all great young men.
Yeah, I like that. Aberdeen was in the huddle. Ririe comes over. Aberdeen finishes their huddle, and Ririe was almost like in a horseshoe.
Yeah.
Semi-surrounding Aberdeen. Aberdeen comes out of their huddle, and there's handshakes and hugs all around between the coach and staff, Ririe and Aberdeen. Again, Aberdeen comes out in the shotgun wing tee. Ririe comes out in the old classic wing tee with lots of misdirection by both teams. Very similar running games, but Ririe just ran it a little bit better tonight as Aberdeen had a chance to tie the game. Maybe it was to tie the game as they were down 8-0 on the inch-yard line. Ririe gets a stop, and that really is the difference in the ball game, Paul.
Really stopped them twice right there, which is a hard thing to do, and they reset quickly. And that Ririe defense just said, no, we got this. We got it, and that was it. Well, it was a quick game, and so we do have a couple more advertisers to get to.
Let's hit it.
But S&K Landon, they've been locally owned and operated for over 25 years, servicing the entire eastern Idaho region. If you're looking to buy an ag truck or need to have one custom built, give owner Kevin Landon a call at 208-317-2384. They're also an authorized dealer for bomb and potato handling equipment. S&K Landon in Ririe is proud to support the local athletes and wants to congratulate the Bulldogs on heading to the ship. Love that. And make sure to stop by, spend the day. Can't say it enough. Heisey Hot Springs in Ririe. Relax in their natural hot pool, splash around in their warm pool, play and jump off the diving board in their summer pool, brave the 350-foot water slide. You'll quickly find that at Heisey, there's something for everyone. Find out more online, HeiseyHotSprings.net. That's Heise hotsprings.net. And family owned and operated since 1985, Mountain River Ranch is your go-to destination for great fun and hospitality in Ririe from November 28th through December 31st. Enjoy the holiday season with a drive-through Christmas light show, a horse-drawn wagon ride, music featuring rawhide and rosin, and roast beef or chicken for dinner with a variety of drinks available. Visit mountainrivershows.com to learn more. Back to you, Joel.
Well, I think the last thing we get to do, Paul, is award our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. Brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or the road. Be in the moment and free from distractions. Tonight's IdahoSports.com Player of the Game is going to be Braylon Moon. Braylon Moon had one rushing touchdown, 3-yarder, one passing touchdown. That was a 42-yarder from Moon to Lewis. The two-point conversion was no good, but Moon had already done the damage. One passing touchdown, but he had the first touchdown of the game that really set the standard for the night.
It really was. In a game where, again, we'll say it, points were at a premium, the guy that scores the points has to be the most valuable player. And in this case, he was. But he had so much support around him, right? Van Noy out there on offense. You had Stosic out there as well. And, just so many names. Ian Johnson out there on defense. Montero coming in strong. So a lot of great players making great plays, sending their team to the championship game next weekend.
Congratulations to Aberdeen for getting that third place finish here in the semis, but Ririe are going on next weekend to the 3A state championship. They'll await their opponent who plays tomorrow, Nampa Christian or Westside. Looking forward to that one. Paul will be on the call with Mr. Swanson, and make sure to tune into IdahoSports.com for that call. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2025 Idaho High School Football Playoffs. This postseason broadcast was presented by Project Filter, your local Toyota dealer, Your Health Idaho, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal Idaho's College Savings Plan, the Idaho Bowl, Valley-Wide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. This broadcast was also made possible by the great support from these local businesses.
For Aberdeen, your Power Boosters, Diesel Depot, Idaho Ag Credit, The Roof Resource, Wright's Auto Service and Repair, Titan Machinery, the Bank of Commerce, and for Ririe, Brightside Dental, Anytime Fitness in Rigby, The Roof Resource, Heisey Hot Springs, and Ririe Grain and Feed, S&K Landon, Landon's Sweet Lovin' Corn, Fall River Propane, the Bank of Commerce, S&S Electric, Franklin Building Supply, Heisey Hot Springs again, and Mountain River Ranch.
Special thanks to George Casper and everyone here at the ICCU Dome for their hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, Braylon Moon, one passing and one rushing touchdown, 2 touchdowns total on the night. Thanks again for joining us as the Ririe Bulldogs defeat the Aberdeen Tigers by a score of 14-8. For my broadcast partner and the boss of Idaho Sports, Paul Kingsbury, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Joel Richardson saying be excellent to each other. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you and hear you next time on IdahoSports.com.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com.